Have you ever made a promise so important it changed everything? A promise that defined who you were and what your future would hold. Today, we're going to dive into one of the most monumental promises in history, the covenant between God and the Israelites at Mount Sinai. It's a powerful story about identity, commitment, and a relationship that would shape generations. Imagine this incredible scene. The Israelites had just escaped centuries of slavery in Egypt. They'd witnessed miracles, the parting of the Red Sea, water from a rock, manna from heaven. Now they were camped at the foot of a towering, imposing mountain, Mount Sinai, shrouded in smoke and fire. This wasn't just any mountain. It was where they were about to meet the very God who had rescued them. Through their leader, Moses, God proposed a special agreement, what the Bible calls a covenant. God's offer was incredible. He said, "If you obey my voice and keep my covenant, you shall be my treasured possession out of all the peoples." Think about that, a treasured possession. He was inviting this group of former slaves into a unique personal relationship. He wanted them to be a kingdom of priests and a holy nation set apart for a special purpose. So, what was their side of the bargain? God gave them His laws, famously starting with the Ten Commandments. These weren't just a random list of rules designed to restrict them. They were a blueprint for a thriving society, a guide on how to love God and love their neighbors. It was about creating a community based on justice, compassion, and holiness, reflecting the very character of the God who had saved them. And how did the people respond? When Moses shared God's words, the Israelites answered together with one voice, "All that the Lord has spoken, we will do." They were all in BI, accepted the terms. To seal this sacred agreement, they held a ceremony. They built an altar, offered sacrifices, and Moses sprinkled the blood of the covenant on the people, symbolizing the life and death seriousness of this promise and the cleansing that made the relationship possible. This moment at Sinai was the birth of a nation. It gave the Israelites their identity, their purpose, and their law. It was a divine constitution, establishing them as God's chosen people, bound to Him in a sacred relationship. This covenant wasn't just a one-time event. It became the foundation of their entire history, a story they would tell their children for thousands of years. It's a powerful reminder that the promises we make, especially the ones we make with God, have the power to define our lives and our destiny. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that have shaped our world. See you next time.